All right, hi guys. So you will have seen earlier in my vlog that we went on another flea market adventure today here in the Kaiserslautern area. Actually, both of those flea markets that we went to today were in Kaiserslautern. So the first one was at it's called the Mode Park. And supposedly it's a weekly occurrence, but I've never seen or heard of it before, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't been there. I just must have missed it somehow. And then the other one was at a lake that it's like a free time kind of lake. You can go and it's a little sandy like a beach, and then there's also like mini golf and stuff. It's called the Geltersvog. And this one I have been to before, but I wasn't impressed the last time. But I also went like during the winter, and so usually flea markets in general there just aren't as many vendors there in the winter time. But we went today right after we went to the Mode Park flea market, and neither one was like amazing. I wouldn't necessarily recommend them, but if you're in the Kaiserslautern area on a Saturday and you are able to go, you might as well check it out. I would say it's more of like they have like flea markets and Trodelmarks, and Trodelmark means like a junk market. So it's more like a secondhand market, but there were some antiques and kind of interesting like curio items there. But for the most part, it was more like a secondhand kind of market at both of them. And that's kind of what I got. So I actually didn't go in really looking for anything specific. I think I've mentioned before that on my list of like things I want to buy at a flea market. Right now, I'm looking for bigger furniture. So for example, for my room, I need like either a chest of drawers that I really like, or a tall bookshelf or shelf, because I have a lot of wool sweaters, and if you know anything about wool, you're not really supposed to hang it, you're supposed to fold it, but I don't have like any place to put my wool sweaters, so I've been hanging them, which is really not good. And so I need to get some kind of shelving system, but of course I don't really like any like modern ones, so I don't know, I'm just always on the lookout for that. And then I'm also on the lookout for side tables, because our house just has a serious lack of side tables. It's so hard to find. Today I actually did find one that I really liked, but he wanted 80 euros for it, and I know that if I just keep looking I'll find one for cheaper, so I passed it up. And then I am also looking for floor lamps, another really hard thing to find that one work and two meet my like criteria for like my aesthetic in my home, because it's just really hard to find. I don't know why. Still didn't find those today. I do always go into it with the expectation that if I buy something, I want it to be useful. I did used to really get into this like habit of just like, oh, it's really cool, I might not ever see it again, I don't really have a reason to buy it, so I'll get it and there's no function to it, and then I'm just like, well, where am I going to put this? So I do try to find items that are functional, and so today most of those meet that criteria. I did get some that are not functional, but you will see. All right, so I'm just going to start off with what I have here. This, I don't know if it's an antique or anything like that. You see a lot of like brass products and like little things at flea markets around here, but I don't know how much it's going to show up on camera, but this is a calendar. So it has 31 days here, and it's like a little sun in the middle, so to show the days. And then here it's got Roman numerals up to 12 for the months. I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. It has its own collapsible stands in the back, and those are also pretty neat by themselves. I genuinely have no idea if this is a newly manufactured product, if this is an old product. I have no idea. She wanted €1 for it, so I was more than happy to pay that, because even if it is a newly manufactured product, which I really don't know if it is or not, it's really hard to tell. There are no like maker's marks or anything on it that I've been able to find, but even if it is new for €1, I mean, I'm happy with that, and it's pretty cool. Definitely matches the aesthetic of my home. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to put it yet. but I'll find a place. And it is functional. Now, will I keep up with putting the dates in the right place? I don't know. All right, and then that huge clatter is this bowl. If you've watched a couple of my vlogs so far, you will know that I am obsessed with enamelware. I just can't help it. I go to it like moths to a flame. I really liked this one. I usually don't go for these ones with like prints on them, but I love this kind of like 70s avocado green color, and these are very like autumnal colors, and so it really goes with the decor of my house. I'm sure I'll use it somewhere in my kitchen to hold probably like fruits or vegetables or something like that. And this was €2, so you know, can't really beat that. All right, and then from the same guy, I got this, which is not functional at all, but it is kind of part of my decor. There's in my fireplace room downstairs, I have a lot of little mini, like little antlers, and my goal is to eventually fill up that entire wall with antlers, or just interesting like kind of skulls and antlers and stuff like that. And so I'm always looking for them. I know that you can find them really easily here, so I don't let myself spend more than €15 on them. If I didn't care about a budget, I'd be done filling up that wall, because they're seriously everywhere. Like, you can't go to a flea market and not find some. But like I said, I'm really like strict with myself about how much I'll spend on them, because I've got time and I don't need to fill it up. But this man had a bunch of them, and they do actually say on the back like when it was hunted and all that kind of stuff, which is interesting. And then this one also has a bit of the jaw there. Oh. Okay, but anyway, this is a whole box of them. I'm not going to take them all out, but it's an entire box. They have really interesting different antlers and stuff like that. And he wanted €5 for the whole box, so I really couldn't pass that up, as much as my husband really didn't want me to get it. He's not a big fan of them, but whatever. Anyway, I'm really happy with that. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I can see that have like plaques that they're on, and there's at least like 3 or 4 more just skulls. So yeah, for €5 for all of that, like I'm happy with that. I know it's a weird thing, but whatever. It was not a huge haul today. Like I said, I didn't really have any ideas aside from those things that I wanted going into it. But I did see this, and I've been looking for one of these. I saw one more at another flea market about, not last summer, but the summer before that. And she wanted €60 for it. And I was like, oof, never mind. So this is what it is. It is a mini waffle maker. Now, these are pretty specific to Germany, I think. And like, you see similar ones in Norway, and I have a Norwegian one, which those are a little bit bigger. But I wanted the small ones. These are more like kind of cookie waffles that they make here. And she wanted €5. And so it's definitely newer than the one that was 60, but I'm assuming it works. And even if it doesn't, €5, you know, it's not too much of a gamble to make. It looks like it's never been used, and it does have the instructions as well downstairs. So anyway, for €5 for a mini waffle maker, I'm pretty happy with that. It was just kind of a random, you know, luck of the draw today with what I got. And then lastly, if you are familiar with Germany, or you've looked up Germany, or even seen pictures of Germany, the stereotypical clothing you will see for Germans is actually Bavarian, and Bavaria is a state at the southeasternish or mid to southeasternish part of Germany. And that's where like Oktoberfest is. It's in Munich or München. And that's where lederhosen, like the leather shorts and like they're slapping their knees, that kind of thing, and like the hats, that's where those are from. So it's they don't wear them here as often. Like you might go to a fest and see not necessarily lederhosen, but dirndl. That's what the women wear, like the really cute dresses with like the kind of like corset top. I actually own one. I got it in Bavaria last summer, and they're so expensive. It's just one of those things where it's like the traditional dress, for whatever reason, is just like really expensive. And one of the reasons is because they use natural fibers. Obviously lederhosen, leather pants, leather is made of leather. And then the dirndl that I have the full outfit, including like the blouse that goes underneath that kind of puffs up, and the corset that goes over the front, and I also have the extra apron that you wear. I mean, I have the entire outfit, and that was on sale, and it was like 100 euros, and that's like a really good deal for all of that. And it might have been more than 100. It might have been more like closer to like 140 euros. And that's a very good deal. Like normally they're like 200 to 300 euros for like a really high quality one. And I do actually wear it. We have a day at my work where we all wear dirndls for like Oktoberfest and everything like that. And then if you go to fests, you can wear them and you won't be like, people won't look at you weird. It's pretty normal. But like I said, they're very expensive, and I do love mine, so I have no issue with it. But today there was a lady at the Geltersvog who was selling like her entire dirndl collection. She said she was just too old. She doesn't want to go to Oktoberfest anymore. So she was selling it all, and for like really cheap. So I got this. This is originally what caught my eye. It is a leather vest, and it's like, it fits me perfectly. It's almost like it was made for me. It's completely made out of leather. And she wanted 5 euros for that, which brand new, obviously I don't know when she bought it, but brand new, the equivalent would have been like 60 to 70 euros. So if not 100 euros. So I'm very happy. And it really is 100% leather. It says it in the label. So I got that. And then because it was such a good deal, I really couldn't stop. I also got the skirt that she has. I don't know if they went together or she just wore them together, but she said this was her fest clothes. Once again, this is 100% leather, and it has very cool hardware on it. They're like the Edelweiss brass buttons. It's completely intact. It is lined. That was, the vest was lined too. This is actually the front, and this is the back. But it is a full-length skirt. It goes down to my feet, and it's just so cool. This was 10 euros because it is like a lot more leather, and it was probably very expensive. Like I said, if the vest was probably around 50 to 100 euros, this was probably at least 100 euros, or like the equivalent at some point in time. So for 10 euros, I might not wear it all the time, but I definitely have opportunities in the year to wear it. And it's so nice. It's completely made of leather. Just really crazy. And then she just threw in with that this belt. It's like a chain belt. It's also made of Edelweiss brass, I think. I have no idea how much this would have cost originally, but like I said, she just threw it in. Very cool. And then I got this as well. So it's 100% wool, and it is a cropped cardigan with Edelweiss. I think it's Edelweiss, but Edelweiss doesn't normally have these, so I don't know. Anyway, it'll be really cute to wear in the winter. It's very cold here in the winter, and I wear a lot of sweaters. And like I said earlier, I have a lot of wool sweaters. Wool is also very expensive, so anytime I can find something, and it's got very nice cable knit on the side. It's just obviously hand knitted. There are some buttons in the back along with the embroidery as well. And that was €5 too. So that entire vest outfit was €20, which is just absolutely insane. Anyway, that was my small haul today. Very happy with it. We're getting kind of towards the end of the very frequent flea markets. There are still flea markets that happen at least like once a month, which we'll still continue to go to. But summer is like the massive flea market time. But it is also getting close to fest season because we live where lots of wine and vineyards are produced. So there are a lot of wine fests, and then of course Oktoberfest, though we have not gone. I don't know if we're going to go this year. But there are multiple. Munich is the big one that everybody knows about, but there's also one in Stuttgart, which is, I think, quite popular as well. That's in Swabia. We'll probably go to at least something. We always go to at least one or two fests. And like I said, Middle Ages fests are kind of coming up. They usually happen about end of summer and then like early autumn, and autumn is fest season, so there'll still be plenty to watch. So please come back and check me out again. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like, a thumbs up, even just write like a really quick little comment, and like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I will make more, probably about once a week. I'm about to go back to work, so videos won't be as frequent, but they'll still be happening. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.